Well, Steve, I think fans are pretty familiar as they arrive here on match days, as they walk past this sort of familiar bar hoardings with the plans for Ashton Gate in the grand scheme of things. But it's only once you really step inside, actually into the construction site, that you kind of get an idea of how vast this really is going to be and what their entrance is going to be like. Yes,
I think compared to what the old East End was like, I mean, this is going to be a massive stand, and interestingly enough, where we're stood now is going to be the entrance to the reception area that everybody's going to come into. Is going to be the focal point when anybody arrives at the stadium.
I mean, it is tremendously exciting, isn't it? Especially, it's only when I've come actually on site that I get an idea of the scale of what it's going to be. The steelworks are just arriving on site. We're going to see this high stand, new south stand, that will be the same height as the Dolman, and capacity-wise incredible.
It's going to be, yeah, I mean, it's going to transform the stadium and give us really the first glimpse of what the new stadium is really going to be like. And I have to say, it's very exciting to see it.
It's really about creating a stadium that is going to be used so much more than just for match days, isn't it? Well, it's about making it a venue that people want to come to.
It is, and I mean, we talk about that, we use that expression, sweat the asset, and that's what we need to do. And so by having the sports bars here and to be able to attract people down here 7 days a week, not just on match days, but to make match days a real experience as well when they do come here, you know, that makes the stadium start to pay for itself.
Well, shall we go and have a look at a more traditional view, shall we, of the work going on around the stadium? Well, now we're inside the stadium with perhaps the more traditional view that the fan associates with Ashton Gate, but that view is going to change quite radically over the next season or two, isn't it?
Oh, it is, and the Dolman in particular is going to just be transformed. I mean, we've all lived as Bristol City fans with the Dolman as it is for, well, goodness knows how many years. Since I've been here, we put the bottom rake in, and that's going to come out. And yes, it's going to be a uniform rake and a proper stand with people coming up into the middle of it. And it's just going to be far easier to get in and out of it as well, which has always been a problem with that stand.
I'm sure fans will be glad to hear that, because of course also during the rebuild as well, it's very difficult for fans, you know, remembering to have to get here early, you know, the reduced capacity of the turnstiles. It does make it difficult for fans, but it is important that they see the end benefit, isn't it?
It is, and I mean, we've had issues with that stand over the years, with people coming to the front and being at the edge of the pitch, and so that will all go away now, and that will make safety a lot better as well. And
of course, one of the things from a fan's perspective, I know going to many different stadia around the country, that whole linked concourse, that feeling that you're all part of one to make a sound, notably the Dolman concourse will link with this new south stand.
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to be the real difference, is that whereas we've got corners at the moment, we won't have them in this end, between the Dolman and the south stand, and the sound will be projected onto the pitch, and it just add to the atmosphere.
Well, you talk about atmosphere, gosh, you couldn't beat it. You know, what an incredible last few months that we've had for both, you know, City and Rugby, top of the table. And the fans have just been incredible, haven't they?
They have, and I think it just goes to show what support there is here for both football and rugby in this city. And you know, what we've tried to do, what my thought process was with Bristol Sport was, if you can put the two clubs together, you can engender more support for both sports and both clubs. And I think we're seeing that at the moment. Still got a long way to go, but it's been great so far.
And you talk about both sports, it's a whole stable of sports, isn't it? I mean, we can't sit here and not mention the women, Bristol Academy women, the only English team left in the final 16 of the Champions League, and they're going to be playing here against Barcelona.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Champions League football at Ashton Gate, it's well, never thought we'd be saying it in the same breath. And it's interesting with Barcelona, because years and years ago I went to the new camp and went into their museum, expecting to see all these football trophies, and I saw trophies for basketball and women's football and water polo, and realised that Barcelona had that sort of concept of all the sports together, and that's, in a way, that formulated Bristol Sport.
So that was the embryonic idea, so it's quite fitting, isn't it, that they'll be coming here? It must be exciting to see that vision that you had so long ago really working, because the teams are really feeding off each other, aren't they?
They are, and you know, what you'll find is that you know, the footballers will be watching what's happening to the rugby and watching what's happening to the basketball and vice versa, and they'll all be interested, and you know, that's just got to be good, because then everybody's pulling together.
Well, you talk about the stable of sports and this whole engendering of spirit almost as one family, and the idea with the stadium really is for it to become this sort of beating heart of sport in Bristol. And there are steps to really try and capture that, isn't there? With the launch of the Forever Bristol membership scheme, you know, it's important to try and really inspire this next generation.
Well, what we're doing is not for now, it is forever. It is to be forever a Bristol City fan, or forever to be a Bristol Rugby fan or Flyers fan. Bristol Academy fan, whichever sport you're interested in, or for hopefully also all those sports. So yes, that membership is just a great way of getting everybody involved.
Well, we sit here in the Williams stand, which is the one that we haven't mentioned yet, which is the final phase of the rebuild. And it's incredible to think this won't be here next year.
And it's quite nice to think it won't be here. I mean, it has been here for a long time, it's served us well, but you know, what we're going to put in its place, two-tier stand, boxes, is you know, the real hospitality element of the stadium. And about 10,000, I think, capacity this stand will be, and it will just, you know, people will look down on this pitch and get a great view of the game, and it will just top it all off, really.
Yeah, well, we mentioned the concourse earlier, and you touched on the conferencing and hospitality side. We will become the biggest in the southwest in terms of that capability. This concourse that will transform into a 1,000-seater restaurant. Yeah. It seems quite incredible sitting here.
It is, and I think the thing is, I've always felt that, you know, wherever you are in the stadium, you won't really be in contact with your friends and that who might be sat somewhere else. So the fact we can link people up in that way and bring them together is good.
Do you ever sit at home at night and sort of have a look at the webcam or see what's going on and think, goodness, in 2 years' time, that season, the 2016-2017 season, it'll be here?
I do, but I've been waiting for this for a long time, and the real plus to me now is the thing is actually starting. You know, we've got the work going on at the south stand end there. As you say, the steel work will be going up soon, and that will give us a real feel of what's to come. And looking forward to 2016-17 to feel that we'll have a 27,000-seater stadium, fit for purpose, fit for the Premier League, for both rugby and for football. It's just brilliant.
And it will be hopefully forever Bristol.
It will be.